Alright students, we're going to talk about a problem that I've gotten lots of questions about. It has to do with geometric sequences, okay? So, I should have written consider the following geometric sequence, because we need to know it's a geometric sequence. So let's go ahead and make a note of that. We'll just say, this is a geometric sequence, okay? Now, this problem here that I wrote down is very similar to one in your workbook, but it's not exactly the same. The numbers are a little bit different so that you will have a chance to practice using your numbers to see if you can master the concept, all right? So the question says, if A2 equals 6 and A6 equals 144, says find the common ratio R. We know that R stands for the common ratio, or the number that we multiply each time to get the next term in the sequence. Okay, so this kind of helps me think about it if I write out like this. Let's write out 6 spaces because we know we have a sequence. We know that in a sequence there's actually an infinite amount of terms, but here we're only going to go up to 6 because it gives us just the 6th term here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we know that this term would be like A1, this term here would be like A2, this one's A sub 3, A sub 4. You say sub when it's that little number below. So I say A sub 5 and A sub 6. Now 2 of these spaces we can fill in because they give them to us, don't they? So this, we know that A2 is equal to 6. So we're going to go ahead and put a 6 in right here. And we know that A6, or this last space here, is equal to 144. Okay, we also know that to get from one term to the next, to the next, to the next, we simply multiply by the common ratio. So that means that this third term is going to equal the second term times r, right? And then the fourth term is going to equal the second term times r 2 times. The fifth term will equal the second term times r 2, 3 times to get there. And then the sixth term, we'd have to multiply the second term by r, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times to get the sixth term. So we know that we can write that in just like this. So A3 is going to equal the second term, or 2, times r. We don't know what r is yet, so we'll leave it a variable. And then A4 is going to be the second term, but we'd have to multiply it by r twice to get A4. So this would be like 6r squared. And then A5 is going to be like 6r to the third power. And then A6, we know that this is actually equal to 6 times r to the fourth power, because we just have to multiply, of course, by r again to get the next term, because that's how geometric sequences work. Well, it looks like here, my friends and students, we have a bit of an equation. Not actually a bit of an equation, we've got a perfectly sound equation for solving for r. So let's write this out. I'm going to put this term with the variable in it, with the r in it, on the left side, because that's just the way I like to look at it. So this is going to be 6r to the fourth is equal to 144. Okay, now to get r by itself, we're going to have to divide both sides by 6. That cancels out. This gives us, oh geez, maybe I should have gotten a calculator. 144 divided by 6. Well, I can split it up like this. I know that 2 goes into this. 50, 72 times. that says 72, and that 2 can go into this 3 times. Okay, now let's see, 3 goes into 72, 20, oh, I'm trying to do this in my head, 2 times, 24 times. And 3 goes into 3 just once. Now, if we rewrite this out so that we don't have such a big mess, we can see that r to the 4th is equal to 24. Because 24 divided by 1 is just 24. Now, the last thing we need to do to get r by itself is just divide, I'm sorry, not divide, but raise this to the 1/4 power on both sides. That's like taking the 4th root. If you remember your square root rules or your exponent rules, if you have a 4 here, we raise to the 1/4 power with a 4 in the denominator, and it cancels that out. So this is just going to leave us with r on the left side is equal to, and then the 4th root of 24, I'm going to actually type that in Google so you can see how I do this if you'd like. I like to use Google for a calculator a lot. I can say 24 to the 1/4 power, enter, and I get that my answer is 2.2133. We'll just take 2.2. So r is equal to 2.2. Or I could say, because we rounded it, that r is approximately equal to 2.2. Alright, this is the answer to our question. We found our common ratio. So we are finished. Thanks for listening in.